Hey guys, RPM here. Hope you're doing well, having a really great day. This video, I'm using a new camera, so let me know what you guys think of the video quality, if it's better or worse than my, previous camera that I'm using. So everything is now 4K, 60 FPS. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Alright, so I got the new Iceriver KS2 Lite here, and this is a miner that is the exact same efficiency as a KS0 Ultra, but 5 times more the hash rate of a KS0 Ultra. Okay, so this does 2 terahash at around 500 watts, and it is running right now, okay, at about 510 watts, 511 watts on 120 volt. Now, before I keep going, comment down below for 24-hour hash rate of this KS2 Lite. Okay, I'm gonna do a hash rate giveaway. All you gotta do is comment down below your thoughts of, I guess, my camera, or your thoughts about Kaspa mining. Okay, let me know down below. I'll choose the winner after 24 hours after this video is uploaded. Then I will respond to your comment, and you'll just have to email me with your Kaspa address and the pool that you want on this Iceriver KS2 Lite. Alright, so just to show you guys around this miner here, this is just, it looks like very similar to like a gold shell, okay, but this also has the integrated power supply in it, okay? So this is where it becomes a little bit more valuable or not valuable, depends on how you look at it, okay? Some people have actually, I've been seeing on Twitter, some people had some issues with this thing already overheating. Now, whether or not that's because the power supply is also causing some heat going up into the miner. Just to show you here, the hottest point on the back here shows about 72 degrees Celsius, but then as we go lower, down at the bottom, there is a bit of heat that's coming down from down there as well, and that is around 75. Okay, so it's a little bit hotter down there. So if you have this thing sitting like this, and if you're in a hotter room, there's definitely going to be some heat that's going to come out of here, but there's two 80 mil fans on the front of this thing, okay? So there is a decent amount of air that's coming out. So depending on your environment, if it's hot, then it may shut down. I've had some reports of their KS2 Lites, some people's have been turning off. So a resolution for that potentially is to just change the fan speed manually to 100. Now I'm gonna go in the computer real soon and show you guys the web GUI of it, but we'll see in the miner log. Alright, there's a miner log now. We can see in the website, the web GUI of this thing, to see if there's any issues. But yeah, there's also Wi-Fi on this, but it doesn't work. Okay, we verified that during a live stream. Ethernet does work, obviously, and the integrated PSU here. So this thing makes for a great heater. Okay, everyone is going to advertise this as a heater. Is this thing profitable right now? No, it's not. Depending on your electricity costs, I think anything below 10 cents or 9 cents, you're making pennies right now. Unless there's a trending KRC20 token that's being minted that day. There's been some days where there's a couple hours of minting and profitability does go up, but then it goes back down after, minting is complete, which I'll show you guys in the computer how you can see something like that. Okay, let's check out the web GUI of this KS2 Lite. Otherwise, it looks pretty cool. All-in-one PSU and hopefully Wi-Fi later on. They did mention that it's going to be a firmware update for this thing later on in the future. See you guys in the computer. Alright guys, so here is the KS2 Lite here on the mining pool, Kaspa pool, and it seems to be working just fine over the past day, no problems, showing 24 hours, over 2 terahash here. And here is the user interface, or the web interface, the web GUI of the KS2 Lite, and it's been running for almost a day and 13 hours so far. And shout out to Mr. Steve Smith, it's been working out mining to you, good sir, and for when this video goes live in the next bit here, I'll choose a winner and upload it for the mining settings here, and that will be for the next winner. So just to show you guys the web GUI real quick, looks pretty standard, just like any other Kaspa miner. If you're watching this video, most likely you already have a Kaspa miner. You've seen this web GUI before, but an addition that is new to me, that I'm first seeing this on a Kaspa miner or on an Iceriver machine, and I believe also on their RX0, they have a miner log now. Okay, so it shows some information here and when there's going to be a potential issue. And I haven't had this thing shut off yet. Okay, it's been going just fine. My temperatures down in my basement have been relatively cool, so I haven't had any heat issues or anything. But again, reports that we talked about earlier in this video, some people have had their machines turn off. The KS2 lights turn off. So I've heard some people just raise the fan speeds up, see if that fixes it. Some people had that issue. Some people resolved it by doing that, but I'm sure Iceriver has been hearing about it. All right, so really nothing special here. That's how the web GUI looks for the KS2 Lite. Okay, I want to get into more finer detail here for people that are interested in buying one of these things. And I'm gonna just start off with a disclaimer, or like a overarching, everyone thinks about this type of thing. Okay, how us crypto miners, for people that are going to be getting into Kaspa mining, or any type of mining for that matter, even Bitcoin or altcoins, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, there's a bunch of different ASIC miners out there. But specifically with Kaspa, okay, we got to think about the emission schedule, right? Which drops around 5 to 6% every month. Right now, we are at the 82.41 Kaspa per block. All right. And that's going to go down to 77.7 on November 6th. All right, which is coming up pretty soon in the next couple days as of recording this video. All right, so understanding the block rewards, we're going to be getting less yield as time goes on, and that's going to happen next month. All right, down to 69, or 73, and 69, and so on. So understanding that there are many other ASIC miners out there. There's many different models that are available to buy, and the KS2 Lite, for instance, is on par in terms of efficiency with the other Iceriver machines, pretty much. KS5M, the big boy KS5M that does 15 terahash, and then the KS5L that does 12 terahash. And then we got the KS2 Lite, the little small one here that we're talking about today, does 2 terahash. All right, but the efficiency there, relatively the same. But then we got the big boy Bitmain that you have to consider. And with that, right, considering the network hash rate for Kaspa is climbing all-time high every month. And over the past, I'd say a couple months, or past 2 or 3 months, the network hash rate for Kaspa has climbed almost 4x, all right, in a very short time frame. And so the profitability currently of this KS2 Lite is breaking even at around 10 cents, okay? And if you had anything lower than that, 9 cents per kilowatt hour, then you're going to be making maybe a couple cents more, okay? 13 cents at 9 cents per kilowatt hour. So it's not a lot, but this also factors in, right? Still talking about the variables here. Okay, not only the emission schedule, lots of different ASIC models out there, the KRC20 variable here, the price of Kaspa, right? How is the price of Kaspa currently is around 10 cents or almost 11 cents. And, is it hitting support? Is it going to go up from here? Are we on the precipice of the bull run? These are all factors we're going to think about. Another thing is Marathon Digital, big entities who have been coming into mining Kaspa, but they said here, Marathon is actively managing its Kaspa treasury, strategically choosing to sell Kaspa to offset operational expenses, purchase Bitcoin, or hold Kaspa depending on market conditions. So we don't know, what they're doing with their Kaspa. Some people have had their addresses. I have not looked into that further, but that's a variable, right? Marathon Digital is a huge company with 840 megawatts of Bitcoin miners, I guess, including Kaspa, which I think they have 100 petahash of Kaspa miners, okay, which is quite a bit. So a huge industrial company that has been potentially selling Kaspa and potentially equating to the downward sell pressure here. Another thing, okay, KRC20, okay, so this is something where it has been on and off, in my opinion, over the past couple months, maybe 2 months or so since this has been introduced to the network. And there's been times when KRC20 has been minting, KRC20 tokens has provided higher yields for Kaspa miners. And we've seen that. So there's been some times when, and I don't have an example here, where the KS2 here, for instance, could be making, a couple bucks a day. But it really depends. And this is where you guys can go to a website called cas.fyi, and you can go to KRC20 tokens here. And if you're wondering why your Kaspa miner is making more money during any time you're looking at it during the day, it's because there's been minting of a new KRC20 token, or people that are transferring KRC20 tokens. Okay, so cas.fyi, you go to KRC20 tokens, you can go to trending, and you can see which token is being minted, all right, in the last 15 minutes of data here. And along with that, you can also go to kaspa-pool.org and go to the Kaspa Explorer. But I like to look at Kaspa-pool here, go to blocks. And you can just relatively see, how high these rewards are on these blocks. So sometimes when there's a high block, okay, let me just go to one that's like further down when it was more congested, the network was more congested. Yeah, they don't have an example here, but sometimes there'll be, 100 Kaspa per block, maybe 200, maybe 300 Kaspa per block. And that's when you'll see profitability for mining Kaspa go up in the couple dollars on this KS2, for example. Or any other Kaspa ASIC miners will also go up as well, okay? So, but it's been, there's been times when it's good, but then there's also times when it comes back down. So depending on how long the minting process is and how many people are minting, it's either short-lived or prolonged, maybe a couple hours or maybe throughout the whole day. Obviously, when KRC20 came out, initially, there was a lot of minting going on for the first couple days. And so profitability was incredible, during those times. But, for the past 2 months, there's been up and down, up and down. It hasn't been always, constant. The profitability hasn't always been good. Okay. So that's something to consider. Another thing, right, is the price of Kaspa. We did touch on this. Has been quite volatile. I'd say it's been averaging over the past year, has been averaging between 10 cents and 20 cents, right, for Kaspa. So whether or not Kaspa is going to be going up or not in the future, I don't know, right? These are all variables. People are going to, this is where, I don't have a crystal ball, but these are variables you guys are going to understand. And if you have conviction that Kaspa is going to go up in the future, right? And another thing is, do you believe in Kaspa, right? Do you believe that Kaspa fundamentally, right, with the project itself solving the trilemma, security, scalability, decentralization with its block DAG technology, is this a project that's going to get adopted in the future? And another thing to consider is Kaspa going to be on bigger exchanges, right, on top tier 1 exchanges one day, right? We still don't have it on Binance. We still don't have it on Kraken. Kraken announced that they were going to have Kaspa on their exchange, but we haven't seen it yet. Right? When's that going to happen? And when that does happen, and maybe along with the bull run, is Kaspa going to explode to, $1? And this is where I'm going to correlate this with your idea if to buy a Kaspa miner right now, which in my opinion, okay, just my opinion, not financial advice, I think buying the coin would be a better buy at this point in time, because you're not, let's say you buy this, Kaspa miner, this KS2 Lite for $500 right now. All right, so let's say you put $500 right now into Kaspa. That would be about 4,620 Kaspa. So if you believe that Kaspa is going to go to $1 one day, that's going to be about $4,600. So is this Iceriver KS2 going to mine potentially this 4,600 Kaspa in its lifetime? No, it definitely won't, unless KRC20 explodes, right? That's one consideration. And so the yields will be high, but is it going to be constant? I don't know. When exchanges, implement KRC20, I think Pionex has KRC20. Nacho was a really big mint token, which I think has the highest market cap right now of all the KRC20 tokens in terms of, I think, volume. Market cap, there's some market caps that are extremely inflated or theoretical. I don't think this is real, but yeah, some of the volumes here on Nacho is pretty high. Okay, there's Kango, Conan as well. So I think Nacho's on Pionex right now, exchange. But what's not to say a lot of these other KRC20 tokens could be on exchanges as well, and hopefully that will pick up the minting or transferring, and then that's going to congest the network and thus have higher yields to the miners. But currently, a KS2 Lite, okay, yields about 11 to 10 Kaspa a day. So if you think about it as over time, along with the emission schedule variable, is this KS2, right, going to yield you that same amount of Kaspa if you were to just buy it now, $500 worth of Kaspa now? And I'm going to say no. But if you do the math based on how much it's currently making or how much it's currently yielding, it's not going to mine the same amount that you were if you were to just buy the coin. And this is the only project that I have mentioned to buy the coin as a crypto miner. I'm a crypto miner at heart. I never buy the coin, but because of Kaspa's aggressive emission schedule here and how things have just panned out and where we are in the market right now, I think buying Kaspa at this point in time would be the better idea versus buying the miner. But again, KRC20, variable here, the potential for KRC20 on more markets, more exchanges, thus, providing more congestion on the network, more yields for the crypto miners. These are all things to think about, and whether or not that's going to happen or not, that will be the risk that you will be willing to take if you are going to be buying these types of miners, okay? And you believe in Kaspa, you know, you also believe that Kaspa is going to go to $1 or more or something like that. So anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to do in this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Iceriver KS2 Lite here. Feel free, if you are thinking about buying one of these, feel free to links down below. Use code RedPanda for another 2.5% off on Iceriver.io. Or if you want to go to cryptominerbros.com for another $70 off for a total of $579 to your door for one of these KS2 Lites. Links down below if you guys are interested. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out.